Today we're going to be making two types of cookies. One's going to be a vegan sugar cookie and one's going to be a regular sugar cookie. And the most common vegan substitutions can vary. There's eggs and instead of eggs there's applesauce, chia seeds, baking soda, and vinegar. Instead of eggs, we're going to be using a banana and some ground chia seeds. And instead of butter, we're going to be using some olive oil.
For every cup of butter, you need 3/4 cup of olive oil.
Butter is important because it gives the bake good butter and texture and it fluffs up with air.
Now we're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar.
Now we're going to beat it until it's smooth. Baking with eggs is important because it adds moisture and acts as a binder, so it keeps the cakes or cookies together.
Now we're going to add 2 eggs to the mixture.
We're also going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract,
which adds flavor.
Now we're going to beat the mixture. Baking powder is important because it makes the cookies rise.
Now we're going to add 1 and a little less than a half teaspoon of baking powder into the mixture.
Now we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and salt enhances the flavor.
Now we're also going to add 2.5 cups of flour.
Flour is important because it keeps the mixture together.
Now we're going to mix the ingredients together until a dough forms.
We wrap the dough in plastic wrap and we're going to let it sit in the fridge for an hour. And then this is important because if we don't, the cookies will fall apart and expand way more than we want them to in the oven. So the dough has been in the fridge for an hour and it should be firm. And now you just want to spread some flour on your counter so it doesn't stick. And roll it out and use your cookie cutter to cut the cookies. Every egg, you can either use 1/4 cup mashed banana or any other pureed fruit, or you could use 1 tablespoon of ground chia seeds and add to 3 tablespoons of water. And then if you choose to use this instead of the banana, you have to let it sit in the fridge for at least 15 minutes because if you don't, then it doesn't really get the consistency, it doesn't create that consistency that you want. And the banana and the chia seeds work best in cakes, muffins, and cookies.
The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of butter, so for a substitution we're going to use 1/2 cup of olive oil.
So right now we're going to make the chia seed egg substitution by adding 1 tablespoon of ground chia seeds to a bowl and 3 tablespoons of water. Now we're going to add the same amount of sugar, which is 1.5 cups of sugar, to the olive oil.
This is the sugar and olive oil, and now we need to mix them.
The recipe calls for 2 eggs, so instead we're going to use a little less than 1/4 cup of the mashed banana and the chia seed mixture that's in the fridge.
Now we're going to add the flour, which gives the dough its form.
We're adding 2.5 cups of flour.
Now we're going to mix the banana and chia seeds into the mixture, and these are substituting for the eggs. Now we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 2.5 cups of flour. This is what the vegan dough looks like, and we're going to stick it in the fridge for an hour as well.
This is what the regular cookie looks like, and this is what the vegan cookie looks like.
Chocolate cake can be eaten by vegans too, but just using substitutions for eggs like applesauce and milk with soy milk.
First, you want to add 2 cups of sugar to your bowl.
Okay. Now we're adding 1 3/4 cups of flour. Okay.
Now we're gonna add 3/4 cup of cocoa powder.
And now we're gonna add 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. And now we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
We're gonna add 1½ teaspoons of baking soda.
Now that you have your dry ingredients in your bowl, you just want to mix until they're combined. Or until you get the cocoa powder spread out. Okay. In a separate bowl, you're going to want to crack 2 eggs and add a cup of water, warm water. And then we'll just pour the water. Okay.
Now we're gonna add 1 cup of milk.
We're also gonna add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil.
So once your wet ingredients are combined, you want to add it to your dry ingredients and whisk until you have a batter.
Now
Think of my name.
take 2 9-inch pans and spray them with Pam.
So the batter is going to be kind of thin, but that's okay. So now you want to evenly divide it into your 2 prepared baking pans. And then put them in the oven at 350 degrees for around 30 minutes.
To make a vegan cake, we're going to use the same dry ingredients and add them into the bowl.
Okay, to replace the 2 eggs, we're going to add 1/2 cup of applesauce.
We're going to add 1 cup of warm water to the vegan mixture as well. What am I?
To replace the milk in the regular cake, we're gonna put 1 cup of soy milk into the vegan cake to add moisture. What happened?
Wait, did we put in the eggs yet?
Yeah.
Okay, we can just warm it up.
Flour.
So the same as before. No! Wait, guys, we're supposed to... Guys, let's take the flour. We have to beat in the eggs. We forgot. Okay. So just
What is
add
this?
to the...
That's not. Is that
What the...
No, I think that's not.
Oh, that's oil. That's okay.
Now take 2 9-inch pans and spray it with pans. Now take 2 9-inch pans and spray them with Pam. Now
Think of my name.
take 2 9-inch pans. Get the recipe out for the frosting.
Oh my.
Okay, the rest
Yes.
is in here.
Yeah.
Don't
What?
drop it, Rachel. Please don't drop it. Please don't drop it.
Don't.
You dropped it.
I know.
Be careful.
You dropped it?